a bad position, just do your best, get through it, and be in a good position for the next turn. You know, back to where you're supposed to be. If that means you don't go, you have to lose some speed somewhere, you got to get straight and lose some speed, then do it. You know?
Right.
But you've got to keep your composure. You can't let the fact that you were a little bit off right here
mess up the next turn.
throw you off that you're, oh, now I'm thinking about that. Right. Now I missed my turn in here, and now you're really late on out here. So, when you come here, straight shot. You go a little bit to your left, braking straight right to there. You get the speed out of it. I mean, race cars go fast, but they also have to go slow.
Right.
They can't, everything can't be fast.
No.
Some corners, you just have to drop the speed.
Right.
That's just the way it is. So,
it's just harder when there's someone behind you, and I feel like
don't drive it that way.
Right.
Like I said, if they're back there, they're back there. They're not going anywhere until you let them by.
Yep.
So don't worry about it. If they have an issue, then they're going to have to take it up with one of us if they're a problem. If they pass illegally, they'll have to take it up with one of us.
Right.
We're off track. So don't let that bother you, because you want to be out here on your own. That's the thing you have, is track management and all the traffic that comes with it. Right here, I'm going to just find your spot wherever you want. But it's track management and being able to control what's going on out there and say, hey, you know what? I know they're there. Okay, I know they're there 3 or 4 turns ahead.
Right.
Or I know they're coming, and they'll probably be here by the next.
And I just have to trust that they are doing the right thing behind me.
You do what you need to do.
Right.
You run your line until you get to a let-by zone, and you let them by.
Right.
You can't make them do anything any different. If they're not in a position by the time you get to the let-by zone, you can put your hand out. If you don't see them accelerating up on you, then just pull it back in and keep driving.
Right.
You know, you can only do what you can do. If they're right on you and they're riding you, then just focus on your line through the corners, and don't let that throw you off, because you get off and then now they're right behind you, and now you're in a position where maybe you're going to be out of control, out of position. So go through the corner, get through the line that you need to do. Just say, hey, I know they're back there, don't worry about it. Go through the corners, let by zone, here you go. You're by. No big deal.
Right.
Okay? You can't lose focus of that, but also when you come up over the hill or you come around the corner and you're off a little bit on your line, you gotta let that and realize that you're doing it. Just go, okay, I'm off a little bit, here's what I need to do to correct it back, or to hold it through this until I can get back to a straightaway where I can straighten the wheel out and get kind of reset.
Okay.
Just, you gotta get through it. If you're just gonna go, oh gosh, I'm off, and you kind of just, everything deflates,
right,
that compounds wherever the car is. So the next position you have to be in, you're going to be late for that one too, and then 2 or 3 turns you're really off by then.
Right.
You know, so don't let that get to you. That happens. It happens even with us driving in races or things like that. Sometimes you just won't hit it quite right.
Right.
Just realize, hey, I was a little off on that one, but now I'm still looking ahead.
Look ahead.
Because things are coming so much more quickly at speed, you can't dwell on what's back there.
Right.
This is a track. You'll get to see it again. So you'll know it's coming up. And
Not your only chance.
Yeah, yeah.
Take that corner perfectly.
It's not like you're heading across country and I'll never see that stretch of road. You'll come back to that. But keep your eyes up, because you have to keep focused on what's ahead, because you're coming at it at 60, 70, 80, over 100 miles an hour. You can't dwell on what just happened.
Right.
You have to move on. That's why I try and limit to, hey, you need to be over. And if you didn't do it, I may say, hey, if there's a spot, you need to be over there. But if you've got a next technical thing, I got to let you focus on that too.
Right.
So you always have to be ahead. Always have to be ahead. And you have to know that's coming and know where you need to have the car. And that's why we stress the line.
Right.
Because as you start putting speed to it, that line gets pushed out because the car is just going faster.
Right.
So you have to make sure you still stay on that line. And then you have to use your foot sometimes to modulate the pedal to decrease the arc or increase the arc, and not the wheel. Like coming through the big carousel, sometimes at the very end you have a tendency to turn it, as opposed to if you want to shorten that arc, just lift a little bit, and those wheels will start to turn in,
right?
And you won't have to do it with the wheel. So
I'm trying to counteract the speed with more turn, which doesn't
which would
help
be better.
at all.
Yeah,
right?
which would be better. Just keep the wheel and just let up just the slightest little bit, and you'll feel the
and
wheel.
those wheels will grab.
Yeah, and just like if you're a little shallow, you can push a little bit of gas, and you'll push the arc out a little bit.
Right.
And that's where you start to drive with more your foot, but you keep the wheel almost the same. So, but you're doing well. Just don't lose focus, and think about those areas where you need to have the cart. You're doing an excellent job. This transition from up the hill around.
Yeah, that's feeling a lot better.
Yeah, you're smooth.
It's the
You're
top
on it.
side now.
You're
that I
not
need to-
over braking it. You're not hardly touching the brake. You're lifting a little bit, maybe in spots that you shouldn't. That's where you're doing well. So, all right, keep working on it.
All right.
And you're on pace, but
Cool.
just keep focused and don't let traffic bother you.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.